How's it going? In this video I'll be talking and showing the tools and the process involved in Ikijime, a round fish and a flat fish. What the fish will be, who will know? Mackerel, cod, pollock, coalfish, who knows? The flat fish is a flounder. It'd be best if I just do it with the most common fish of all, which is be a mackerel and a flounder, so because that's what a lot of people catch. But the process is the same regardless whether the fish is 50 pounds or 50 grams. It doesn't matter, it's the same for flat fish and round fish. So let's go. Yeah, I'm going to show you the tools you will need to do this, and it varies from fish to fish. The tools are the same, but obviously a bigger fish you're going to need bigger stuff, so that's the way it goes. First of all, you're going to need a knife. Then you're going to need the Ikijime wire. I'll talk about that in some. And then you need the spike for piercing the brain and removing the brain matter out of the way. I got two different sizes. This is because a small fish can be done with this, like a mackerel or a flounder or a plaice or whatever. When the fish get bigger, the skulls get a lot tougher and you'll need something bigger. The other one will pass through the skull easier. It won't move enough brain matter and it won't make a big enough hole for you to find the spinal channel. So you're going to need this. Also, it needs to be fairly robust with some of these fish. They have very tough skulls. Not from the side, but from the top of the head. Very tough skull, very thick skull. So you'll need something quite strong and sharp. This is amazingly sharp. I sharpened these on diamond stones just to make sure. This is as sharp as a chemically sharpened hook, because if you have to push too hard and it's wet, it's raining, whatever, you make a mistake, you could have a very serious accident with one of these. Trust me, I know it nearly happened to me. It wasn't sharp enough to pass through the skull of the fish unless I pushed extremely hard, and then it went straight through the fish and nearly my hand slipped and I nearly went through my hand as well, but it didn't, so it was all right. So I have two different sizes. Actually I have three, but the in-between one is really unnecessary. But this one, if you're going to be doing big fish like coalfish and cod and pollock and any big fish, you're going to need something like that. It doesn't have to be this long, but it needs to be that wide and it needs to be this sharp. This is a leather making tool. You buy them on the internet. It's just a spike for making holes for leather, so you can put a grommet in or something. This is a piece of 5mm. You could do it with 4mm or even 3mm, depending. High chromium stainless steel. There's no iron in it at all, but it's very hard because of the chromium and it's very sharp. And then that's the handle of a file, so I just heated up the end and pushed it in. That was it. That's how you make that. And then just find something to stick over the end so you don't spike yourself. The wire, I've used many different types. My first type was a TIG rod. I mean, if they're not too long, they work. If you're just using them for mackerel or whatever, they work perfectly, but they do tend to kink, and when you're dealing with smaller fish, that can be a problem, but they're cheap enough anyway. This is titanium. It's used as a bite trace for wahoo. Also, I think pike anglers also use this as well. It comes in many different sizes. That's one of the great things about it, is the different sizes you get it in. This is 0.8, so it's just short of a millimeter, and I think it's perfect for most fish. It will do big fish, it will do small fish. I can do dabs with this. I'm not going to bother anything smaller than that, and it's bait. So that, for me, that's as far as you need to go with it. Of course, if you're talking like really small dabs, yeah, it's not going to work that great, but you can just get a smaller one then, maybe 0.6 or something like that, which is possible. You can get it, no problem. And a knife. I've been waiting a while to do this video. I've been humming and hawing over it. I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, you can't show this stuff on YouTube. Why not? If there are people that are watching fishing programs and they don't like seeing fish being killed, maybe they should watch diving programs. But not spearfishing. That's no good. Respectfully, I have nothing against people who don't want to see fish being killed, but it's a fishing channel and we eat fish, and so therefore we must kill them as well. So that's the reality of life. And instead of beating it over the head or leaving it in a bucket to suffocate, which is actually what is happening to them, just in an opposite perspective, I suppose, why not just do it quickly and quietly and respectfully? That's my thoughts on that anyway. So, on with the fishing. Actually, I'm into something already. It's a mackerel, obviously, I think, or the world's biggest herring. That's a mackerel. I'm always wrong, so whatever. Yeah, it's a mackerel. I'm right for a change. Always on that end one too. So, anyway. So it is great for the buzz. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to Ikijime round fish and flat fish. And the process is the same for all. The flat fish video will explain. But for round fish, it goes here. You go to the back of the eye like that. You put your spike in. That's it. You kill the fish. And you wiggle it around without breaking the skull inside, just to get the brain out of the way. His nervous system is still working and causing damage to the flesh of the fish. So then you trim it, cut its tail, so you can pass the wire through and bleed the fish. And then you rinse it in some water to get the blood out, which I'm not going to show because people seem to think it's a problem. I don't know why, but anyway. So now this is the fish the way it is. So then you take your wire. I find the diameter of the wire 0.7, 0.8 will do most fish, from a dab upwards. It's made from titanium. This is the way it works. Now when you hit the right place, the fish will twitch violently. So there we go, and you'll see the wire come out the end of the fish there. That's it there. So then you take it back out again, and you do the process one more time, just to make sure all the nerves are out of the way. It's got a channel right there, and it's got a channel right below. This is for the blood flow throughout the body. This one's for the nervous system. The bottom one's for the blood flow, and that goes around to the heart and up to the brain and back around and back down again. And if you like, but it's not necessary now you've done the tail, but you can do the gills as well, but you have to do the tail regardless. You can make sure that the wire has followed the path it should. That's it. Now into the water, ice water, job's good. So now it's time for the flatfish. Now flatfish, when they're larvae, they're a round fish, and then they mutate into this form here, and the eyes migrate over to one side of the head. So the brain is where it will be an all round fish, which is right there, right between the eyes there, like that. When I push this in, he's going to twitch now. There you go. Now the fish is dead. Now I have to bleed the fish and sever the spinal cord. So right now his mouth's still moving, his gills are still moving, his heart's still pumping and everything else, because fish have an autonomic nervous system, and they will continue to do this after they've died. So you have to stop them from doing this. You cut the tail, and you get your wire. The wire only needs to be as long as the fish itself. So you take it, insert it in the hole. Now the fish is going to twitch wildly when I do this. I'm not monetized, so I can get away with this. And there's the wires pass through the tail itself. Then to finish it, you just cut the gills. That's it. Now this fish's heart will still pump. Even though I've severed this nerve here, the heart will still begin to pump, will still continue to pump for a few minutes after the fish has passed, and it will purge all the blood from the fish. Now I'm going to throw this in some salt water and let it, that helps with the bleeding process. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and wherever you are in the world, fish on, and remember, this will make your fish taste better. Bye.